The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet.
Good evening and welcome to Bronx Talk, the Bronx's flagship television talk show. Because of the Memorial Day holiday, we're on tape tonight, so we won't be taking your phone calls. But you can email comments to us at bronxtalk@hotmail.com, and we'll read those on the air during a future program. Well, we've got a fun show on tap for you tonight. As you know, the Bronx is not only a great borough and the only borough on the mainland, but also it's becoming its own brand name. Tonight we take a look at some forward-thinking Bronx people who are capitalizing on the cachet, yes, I said the cachet of the Bronx name to make Bronx beer, Bronx soda, and all kinds of Bronx promotional items. We're going to meet them and see what they've got. All right, now I'm here, and I am going to put my beer back where it belongs there, if you don't mind.
I would have held that for you.
These guys,
Perfect for
after the show, Anthony Ramirez and John Martin from Mainland Media we'll get a chance to, we'll all chow down on Bronx beer and soda pop. Anyway, Mainland Media. Anthony, what is Mainland Media?
Mainland Media, it's a Bronx-based souvenir company. We create and sell Bronx souvenirs. Mm-hmm. That's how we originally started, novelty souvenir sales.
John, what was the idea behind, step in over
Sure.
here. What was the idea behind doing it? I mean, he laid it out there that we distribute Bronx, materials, but what is the idea?
Anthony and I were working at the same nonprofit in the Bronx, Sobro, and we were sitting in one of our offices one day.
on the veritable stoop, like our pop friend.
Inside the building, yeah. This is where it all germinated. But we were looking at our bare walls saying, wouldn't it be great if we had some great Bronx images to put up there? Specifically, we were looking for an aerial photograph of the Bronx. So we did some research, and we came up with nothing. We found out you basically cannot buy an aerial photograph of the Bronx.
Okay, so that's cue the guy with the postcards here, huh?
Well, so what we did was we took the initiative. We hired a aerial photographer. We hired a helicopter, and we went up. Yep, these are some of the images.
These are just incredible. Now I don't know where the best way to get them on our camera here.
Sure.
You want me just to leave them, or you guys want me to hold them up? But these are incredible. These are postcards. Hold them up, they're telling me? All right, we will do that. So here's a shot of City Island from above.
Just areas, the hub we have here, the Harlem River, Bronx County Courthouse.
And these are in postcard form?
These are in postcard form. Now we also have our aerial photograph, which is a great big seller.
Okay.
It's down here.
Oh, it's down in front of the table.
Over there, yeah. I don't know if we can get a shot of that, but...
this big, huge, gorgeous poster over here.
Okay.
So you can get the entire borough.
You can get a poster.
You now can get a poster of the entire Bronx, an aerial photograph.
Can we get a shot of that down below while we're talking about that? So that was the launching of this, is that you said, wow, an aerial photograph. You could see the majestic, beautiful Bronx from above. Okay.
Absolutely.
And then it grew, right?
It grew.
It grew into all kinds of different things. So what are we going to hold up here? What are these things?
All right. Those are bumper stickers.
These are well. Now this is a Bronx bumper sticker.
This is one of our newest products, and not even on our website yet. So this is a window. You know, if you're a window of your car.
Right. Oh, for the
decal window. Yeah,
that's
decal.
really cool.
We just got these in a couple days ago, so they'll be up on our website.
That is really cool. We'll put that website on the screen. So you have the postcards, the poster. Now what is this?
So this image was created by we hired a Bronx artist, Joel Guerrero, to make this image. It's just a classic postcard look. But we also sell this image now as a magnet. We have a magnet form. These are big sellers.
So you could get like a
refrigerator. And also we also sell that image as a poster as well.
Okay.
Yep.
That's the one below it. Okay. Now I was using my Bronx Talk cup while I was drinking Bronx beer. But this is actually a really kind of fun item because this is a Bronx mug, but what's distinguished?
This basically lists all of the Bronx neighborhoods. Where are you from in the Bronx?
I'm from Van Cortlandt Park.
From Van Cortlandt Park. Van Cortlandt Park is right. I was in Cortlandt Village.
You know, I
Right
think
there.
that means I ought to have a Riverdale. Oh, there you go.
And we have that on a mug and on a soup mug as well.
Here we go. We have Bedford Park, Co-op City, East Tremont, Cambridge,
Everything's
Norwood,
there.
Pelham Bay,
If you're
South
from the Bronx, your neighborhood's
Locust
here.
Point. There's a
Guaranteed,
picture of it
yeah.
on the screen. And then for the bigger coffee drinkers,
Yep.
We have
Or cereal.
Before we move on and talk about some of the posters, tell me about selling some of these. I mean, who do you sell them to? I know
We sell
you have
these-
a really cool. You're on Facebook all the time. I see you there.
We have a big Facebook following, facebook.com/FromTheBronx. We
Right.
sell these on our online store, BronxVibe.com, and we sell them all over the world, really. Not just the Bronx, but people order stuff from all over the United States. And
Why? Why do the people like? You know, I'd love to define what it is about the Bronx that communicates somewhere else.
The
Do you have a
Bronx-
sense of that?
I think everybody knows the name of the Bronx. I mean, they associate it with New York. Just everybody knows that it's a part of New York that has, you know, a long history to it. So people from Japan, as they're saying, around the world, Japan, Germany, people from around the world, we find are buying our stuff. So they find out that there's some great Bronx T-shirts, you know.
Well, we
a
didn't get
mug.
to the T-shirts yet, although he is wearing one.
Well, yeah. But that's it. Everybody around the world knows about the Bronx. So
Do you work with a designer, or do you guys do it yourselves, or how does that work?
we have a designer on our team, Felicia Reyes, because she couldn't be here today, but
Okay.
she's part of Mainland Media, and we work exclusively with her.
Okay, there you can see that's a different T-shirt than the one
that's right.
we
Yeah.
have. It's
right.
kind of a
one
harkens.
right
These
here.
are all our designs, though.
Right,
So
that is
these are all.
that
Yep.
is this one. When you try to like settle on a design like the one that you're wearing, or some of the other ones, that one which is I love this. This is so Bronx to me.
So we have that on the T-shirt too. Look.
In a T-shirt form right there. What is it that you like? What from a personality perspective do you look for?
We just look for something, something positive about the Bronx, something that people can relate to, something that represents a lot of different portions of the Bronx, different parts of Bronx history. And we sit around, we have a good time just brainstorming what we think people would relate to, people would like to see.
I can't get off this one, for folks. I just
Gary,
love
we're
this.
giving you one of those.
Yeah, there you go. You got that
Your
one.
car's too nice.
You know,
That's
see,
the one in your car.
This is Bronx ingenuity because I'm practically begging.
Yeah, that's true. You got it.
All right, get off the bumper sticker. You can have one. All right, so now let's talk about these. Now, we have hosted Danny Halbin on our show, of course, for a long time. You want to start with this one?
Sure.
This is just so gorgeous. People will recognize the spot right away. Well, why don't you, John, start off.
Sure.
And tell
This
me about it.
intersection of Fordham Road and the Concourse, as you mentioned, is by Daniel Halbin. He's been painting Bronx street scenes for decades, and he really is just a great asset to our borough. We're proud to have him on board. And so, Danny.
He originally painted this for the 100th anniversary of the Grand Concourse.
I have
right, yeah.
to tell you, we had the original on the show.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Well, the original is also impressive. I mean, it's better than this. So.
To say the least.
So that's it. Danny reached out to us, actually, and he said, hey, let's work together. I have some great things I think would sell well. So we went ahead and we reproduced them. And
Now, this is really so unique. Obviously, if it was framed, you could frame it, you could do anything you want with it.
Absolutely.
But because of its size, it's so unique. I mean, it really, Bronx people certainly would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Let me do another one right here. This one is just north of where that area is. Folks will recognize this over, I guess, by
Sure.
Marble
The
Hill
Harlem
and
River
Spike
Bend.
and
That's right.
Diagonal. Right?
Yep.
Look at that. This is just gorgeous. And you know what I always love about Danny's material on our show, as you can see there, it reproduces so beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then this, people will recognize, especially because it essentially is no longer there. You can get a tight shot of that. And this, I think, probably will be as good a nostalgia piece as any for. So what's the biggest challenge to marketing? Is this a difficult? You know, the other folks expressed that they're looking for investors. Is this a difficult climate?
I'd say it's definitely a difficult climate. You know, the economy's pretty bad, but we are selling. We do most of our sales online, and we in select few retail stores in the Bronx. I guess the hardest part is getting into more retail shops.
And the selling point is certainly in the Bronx. How could it miss? Who wouldn't want? Right.
It's just a matter of, honestly, it's a matter of getting our stuff in front of people. Like, whenever we do shows or we're outside selling them, once people see the stuff, it sells like that. But it's just a matter of getting the stuff in front of people so they can see it.
Now, I understand that you guys have everybody's got their own little story, but you guys have been friends for a long time. It's not only that you
That's right,
worked
yeah.
at Sobro.
That's true.
So who's going to tell me the story?
We actually went to high school together.
And was it here in the Bronx?
It was.
In the
it was,
BX?
Yes, it was. And we went to Horseman in the
Okay.
Bronx. And
So then you should definitely have a Riverdale.
we will. I've had Riverdale before, actually.
We've had this.
And yes, we met in high school. We both went our separate ways for college. And when I was working at Sobro, John also started working at Sobro, and that's how we started hanging out again.
Right. Did you guys still work at Sobro, or then once you launched this, you decided not to?
Yeah, no. Once we launched this is what we're doing.
And on Facebook, who's the one that writes all that stuff on Facebook?
We take turns, but we
take
write.
turns.
Yes.
A lot.
right.
So you can go on Facebook
It's an
and that's how
extremely
we met.
active Facebook community. It's from the Bronx, is
Yeah,
our name.
thousands of
36,000 people.
36,000 as
Every
of
day
this
we
past
post
week, yep.
Bronx news, and occasionally we plug our stuff, but mostly every morning we plug something positive that's happening in the borough.
Well, let me move back to the middle. Let's bring everybody back in here. Biggest challenge?
Getting sales help.
Sales
getting
help.
the product out.
Sales
in the
help,
market.
getting the product out.
Yep.
For you, it's finding the investors.
Sure.
For you,
Finding retail locations that want to take a
Retail
chance with our
locations.
great Bronx products.
right? He's the only one without a mic. We want to make sure that you have a mic. And in terms of the borough of the Bronx, is it a hard sell when you say, well, I have Bronx Pop or Bronx Beer? Hold that up to you.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, one of the things that we want to do is obviously to help build a greater beer culture, and I think having
A greater beer culture. Maybe I better talk to the soda guys in that way. But what about the name?
You know what? We actually do better outside of the Bronx than
Really?
the Bronx.
Which is
Yeah, we
interesting.
It's nostalgia,
It's
people
nostalgic.
people that moved out of the Bronx, they miss the Bronx and they want something
Very, very
something in the
interesting.
Bronx.
And what about for you guys? Biggest selling point from marketing the Bronx and for you?
I agree with Ralphie. We sell a lot more stuff out of the Bronx because people they miss their home, they miss their
Right.
neighborhood, and they want something to remember it by.
Okay, so let's go down the line. BronxPop.com,
Right?
right? And you can now get it in essence in Belmont and Arthur Avenue.
Right.
Hope is that more stores will
Yeah, on
carry
the
it.
We got
website
a
there's a
list of
list
stores.
on the
Okay,
website.
But we want to see you in more stores.
sure.
And we have a
also
Facebook,
you're
too.
You're looking, and you're on Facebook as
Yes,
well.
we are.
And you're also looking for personnel.
Yeah,
Yes.
sales
For
help
you, it's
distributors.
investors, and ultimately so that you can locate it in the Bronx.
absolutely.
Great. And for you guys, it's
We won't say no to investors. I'll just
Give us money. For us, it's BronxVibe.com. That's our store. But
Bronx
BronxVibe.
Bronx
That's our
Vibe.com.
online store.
Okay.
But also, like we said, just if you have a store and you want to sell our stuff, let us know. We'd be
Great.
glad to.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. There's the website. We sincerely appreciate you joining us.
Thanks.
And good
Thank
luck.
you.
As we
Thanks
go
for having
on,
us
we're going to have a party. We're going to have Bronx beer. We'll have
That's
Bronx
right.
soda. We've got to bring some Bronx bakers in. But anyway, we really do appreciate you coming down and supporting our borough in really what I think is a very unique way.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
All right.
Thank you very much.
The Bronx. If you have further comments or questions on anything you heard on tonight's show or anything going on in the Bronx, then email them to us at bronxtalk@hotmail.com. We'll read those on the air during a future program, or, of course, spread it around to the folks that need to respond. Archives of Bronx Talk are available at blip.tv. Just search for Bronx Talk. So we'll see you next week. And, of course, we're here every Monday night at 9 for Bronx Talk here on BronxNet's Cablevision Channel 67 and Verizon Fios Channel 33. Of course, thanks to producer Jane Floro for helping making it all happen.